don't even know what episode we're on. Oh boy. Let me look through the files real quick. Or actually, I should probably look on YouTube.
You're not going to find it. There's so many freaking videos up there.
Our last one was with Jacob. Or the Cobb.
Oh.
Really? That was the last one?
I'm pretty sure.
Looks like we're on episode 48.
We're on 48?
Looks like it.
Hold up.
There's 47 videos on the... Oh, wait, 46.
No, there were a couple that were doubled up. Sam's
okay.
episode and...
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Hold up.
Yeah, 40. So 45 was the last one.
Okay. Let me double check because I have them all in a folder.
Last one posted, at least.
Yeah, 45 was the last one. All right. Welcome to episode 46.
Oh, shit.
Are you crazy? Are you just jumping in? What's happening? Is it real?
Yeah, I'm not doing that again.
Come on, man. We need a good intro.
Yeah, all right. As per tradition, let me just run it back. First was never enough.
I know that's you.
All right. Welcome to the MWG podcast. This is episode 46. Don't worry, we count it. We're sure. I forgot to change the number on the screen. But you know
Classic.
I'm going to do it live. Episode 46. Yeah, we're going to do this live. All right, viewers, you get to see a little behind the scenes action. If you look down in the corner, 44 turned to 46.
Oh, the BTS. When are we gonna do the behind the scenes videos? Like we're doing more than sitting here.
In this episode, we're gonna sit here and talk about I guess just catching up. It's been a minute.
Dude, when was the last one? Like November?
Yeah.
No, oh wow, really?
Before. Maybe October.
It feels like November.
Actually, it was before I started my job. So yeah, probably October, and I blame Carl. You have to do a peak.
Oh yeah, I think that's fair. I'll take it. I'll take it on chin. That's fair.
Because I started my new job in November, and I had to do a peak. So,
well,
yeah, fun times.
Fun times indeed. So, what do you guys been up to? It's been a while actually. It didn't really occur to me, but I really haven't spoken to you guys outside of the occasional text in the group chat.
Super long, right?
Yeah,
oh man, yeah, going. Oh my gosh, Todd. Yeah, been playing a lot of Arceus.
Yeah, we're in there.
Yeah. Actually, I haven't really played much since I beat it, but hey.
You beat it.
Hey, you had me at beat it. You beat the game, Mossta. Huge accomplishment.
That was enough right there.
Huge accomplishment. Wait, spoilers. Spoiler alert. But when you say beat it, you beat it, or you got to the...
I beat the end of the Bane campaign, and I haven't touched it since then.
Ah, that's the beat it you're talking about. Okay, because I beat it, not catch all the Pokemon beat it, but I beat it after the main campaign was over.
Yeah, I didn't jump to any post-game stuff just because I was kind of done with it for now.
Who was your team? Where you started?
So I started off with Rowlet just because I typically start with grass, like just grass hard in general. Ever since like Gen 1. Yeah, and like when I played through it initially, I didn't know what any of the final evolutions would look like outside of Typhlosion, just because I accidentally seen it beforehand.
Right.
I was like, oh yeah, I'm not. I think I was leaning towards Typhlosion at first, and then like once it was like, okay, they all have they're all gonna be regional variants, and Typhlosion looked like a god kid. I was like, nah, I'll just go to grass like normal.
Typhlosion was my favorite starter from his
And
generation.
okay,
That is a classic. He's looking fierce. In the previous iteration, that is.
Yeah.
He was not looking fierce. However, he was still OD in his first.
what evil kid?
Yeah, basically.
It's like, yo, this is high school over again. What are they doing?
Look at this expression. I thought it was great. I actually love Typhlosion in this iteration of the game. He was awesome. What was I gonna say? So what was my team? My team. Okay, first of all, actually, I don't know why I'm this old and I still haven't learned my lesson yet. But 2 Pokemon on my team. I had Staraptor and Luxray. Don't do it.
Nice.
Don't do it, guys. Don't do it, guys.
Gotta do it, man.
No, it's a throw, boys. It's a throw. They're so underwhelming compared to literally everyone. You remember playing 4th Gen? Those 2 Pokemon you see like 5 minutes into the game. Like, that's how you know it's bad. Like, don't do that. You know what I mean? Luxray is a cool... Don't get me wrong. Luxray is cool, right? And Staraptor is on the cooler side of the... on the early flying types that you run into, but it's so underwhelming. Well, I guess they served me well mostly, but in the post game when I really needed them, I feel like just like a lot of people, I guess, from what I've heard in their experience in that final battle, Sir did me absolutely no good. I was disappointed. I was just like, wow, this is the wrong move. I didn't retrain my entire team, but I need to make some adjustments. I went with water, right? So I ended up with Samurott. Love that Pokemon. It's super cool. You know, Ceaseless Edge is a cool move. I had to hop on Gengar because Gengar is just too good. I feel like I always have him in every iteration of the game. It's funny. It's just Gengar is ridiculous. You Shadow Ball, and the
got good typing.
Special attack maxed. You know, special attack as close to maxed out as I could get. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah.
I think Hippowdon was the carry. Hippowdon's ridiculous. That Pokemon was crazy for me. Yeah. Hippowdon, and I think I had Machamp too. I think that was my team. I my team is not that anymore. I made some adjustments, but that was my team. But I had a blast though with the game. It was refreshing, right, Moss?
Yeah. Very different. Well, yeah, very different. They definitely need to carry a lot of this stuff over into Scarlet and Violet.
I agree.
But yeah, I don't know. Like, it might have just been a lack of like PvP and knowing that you can't really like transfer the mons over yet, as of like right now. Nothing didn't like there's no way to transfer anything over. But I was just like, I don't really want to keep going right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely enjoyed the game. And like when I play Pokemon games now, I kind of try to like stick with whatever mons are like new to the region. So I think like the majority of my team was like they were all Hisuian form Pokemon, or like at least Sinnoh Pokemon. So I know I kept Infernape with me. Mm-hmm. And I want to say I have Luxray just because it had Thunder Wave, and it's like one of the best status moves just because it doesn't kill the Pokemon that you're trying to catch.
Yeah.
So yeah. And then the rest of them were like, they were just Hisuian forms, which was really cool because like it's really easy in this game to just train Pokemon. Like it's not as much of a grind as it is in other games.
Right.
So I felt like I was way over leveled, which was another problem that I had. So yeah.
It's okay.
I think when I got to the Mount Cornet boss fight with them in the game, or like before the post game, I was like almost able to one shot everything. So it's just like there.
Hey, that's great. If it makes you feel better, Moss, if you go to the post game and you fight the last fight, let's just say I hope it goes as swimmingly as all the other fights did, because it definitely. I feel like the game completely changed. I was like, what is this? I was like, is this in exchange for PvP? I got this guy. Like, what is this fight? I honestly, it almost makes me want. Do you guys know anything about that fight, by the way?
I know that the Pokemon that the game is based off of is in the Chicken fight. Outside of that, I don't know. Like I know all the legendaries are there. But yeah, that's about it.
The difficulty spike was wild to me. I got an issue with.
It's good.
I got an issue with difficult. Like I don't mind difficult anything really, but I have a thing with difficulty spikes randomly, like when it's just out of left field, and that's what it felt like it was. Like the game was just really hard for some reason, and I was low key salty. I was like, wow. So I had some of my friends tell me like, just give me some counter picks, and I just I didn't. Actually, yeah, you know what? Yeah, I feel like I kept 4 of my Pokemon, but 2 of my Pokemon end up being counter picks. But yeah, but what's up with my counter picks?
No, yeah, who were your counter picks? But yeah, it was like just playing Pokemon since Gen 1, like to actually have a difficult post game is really nice.
Yeah, it was cool.
Typically, you beat the game and it's just like, okay, now I just catch everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, the fact that there's actually like a difficulty spike in the post game is really nice.
Yeah, I seen some YouTube videos of reactions at the end of the last fight, and actually they were pretty entertaining. I had the same reaction actually. But, it was funny. I was salty, but at the same time, I was like, you know what? At least it's not a steamroll because that's not what I like. It's just the fact that I just wasn't prepared for it, like most people weren't. That was really like, dude, what is this? Like, if I had known this was coming. You know what I mean? I would have prepared, but I guess that was the point. Otherwise, not really a gripe. I was just salty, but the game as a whole to me was great. Naj, is there any? I mean, on the outside looking in, is there anything you particularly heard about it or what?
Man, all
anything that stood out to you
was like on the weekend when everybody was hyped about it. One, I was glad the game was good because if Nintendo messed up one more time, I would be done with it. But everybody said the game was good. The feedback was great. So I'm happy that the game came out well. But outside looking in, like one of the first posts I saw was somebody throwing their like level 2 Squirtle against the Snorlax. I was like, this wouldn't work no matter what version of the game you're doing. My man got hyper beamed into oblivion.
Dude, that clip is so funny.
So that Apple Snorlax in the beginning of the game is freaking wild.
That clip was so godlike.
So wait, that's early game?
Yeah. That's like in the first region or like the first area of the map that you go to, you can run into that Snorlax.
Oh wow. Okay, that makes a little more sense now with context. I was like, why is this guy sending his like level 2 Squirtle or whatever Pokemon he had? I know it was a water type and just get it wrecked. But outside looking in, I'm glad they, changed up how you catch Pokemon. The battles look more interesting. And
right.
Like Moss said, I want them to carry this same innovation and spirit into Scarlet and Violet.
Yep.
Yeah.
So purple and red. But the emo versions of purple and red, so I'm hopeful.
Hey, usually when Pokemon goes to like color scheme games, those usually tend to be like better games anyway.
True.
So yeah. One thing I don't feel like, I don't know, maybe it would be a good thing for them to keep the like the speed and power or the agile and power battle mechanics moving forward.
You said it might be good to keep it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, go ahead. I'll let you finish.
I don't know. Like I'm just trying to think through it, but like I don't know. It kind of gives like a nice, like it's not just straight up turn based. Like it allows you to actually just kind of think through your moves a little bit more. So I think that's kind of cool.
Right. Yeah, I think because it's new. That's kind of what appealed to me. Right, it's just so used to the typical formula that it was actually refreshing to, if you had to try to shift the battle into your favor, you'd use like agile style, or if you had a chance to one shot where normally it would not, you would use strong style. Right, so that was certainly a fun mechanic that I enjoyed. However, I did see some criticisms where not that it would necessarily be the worst thing, but it's just balance wise how hard it would be to implement into PvP. And I'm just saying, I'm just echoing what they're saying. I to a certain degree, I actually do agree, but like just because it was so refreshing, right? It'd be cool to like make the attempt, you know what I mean, or try to
Oh
like
yeah,
because it was cool. It was fun. I thought it was cool. Like it added a whole new layer on top of
yeah. It
being competitive in Pokemon.
yeah, like it added another layer that
Hmm.
there wasn't there before. Like for the most part, this is just it's kind of like a Gen 1 in that sense where it's like everything's kind of new.
Yeah.
They didn't involve any of like there's no abilities, there's no
What?
there's no abilities in the game.
I don't want to play anymore.
There's no held items. So like a lot of it, was like brought back to basics with, the battle scheme and everything. So like seeing how they would implement and merge the mechanics from this game with like basic, regular Pokemon, like traditional Pokemon, is gonna be interesting to see.
It's not just not playing the next game.
So yeah, it's gonna be really interesting to see like so there's all these new regional variants, with like different type combinations and they have no ability in this game. So like once they actually get abilities and held items are a thing again, it's like okay, how are they gonna actually like fit into the meta and all that, and that's gonna be super cool.
So you mean to tell me? Now I'm kind of mad. Now I'm taking back all the good praise I gave. You mean to tell me they released a beta version of Pokemon and they cut out items, abilities? Oh my god. Oh, this is terrible. So they took out mechanics. I don't understand
like,
the Pokemon company.
So I feel like there's two ways that you can look at that. And this, the Legends, if that ends up being like an ongoing series, it's its own game. It has its own mechanics.
Okay.
It just has Pokemon. Like that's the commonality. Is that Pokemon is there. It's more lore based, et cetera, et cetera. Whereas a traditional Pokemon game is this. Just like all the other spin-offs where they're, the Pokemon are there, they have similar attacks, but the way things play out are differently.
Okay.
Well, they don't have to carry one thing too. I like to bring up is they don't have to necessarily carry the entire like the entirety of the game into the next one, right? So if it's like a mix of both, right? So that wouldn't be the worst thing. Or if they kept some things, I'd be cool with it. Having held items and like abilities is pretty cool to bring into PvP. So maybe that could be a thing too. It's just I guess we're gonna have to see, right? Because the reception was just so good that it would be surprised if they just were just like forget it completely. Either that or like Moss says, Legends just stays a single player experience, and multiplayer does their own thing, right? Which is cool, right? So
I could see that. Okay, so if the Legends, let's say instead of the Legends of Arceus, the next one, what was the next set of legendaries like?
So you got, depending on which game you want, like generation you want to look at, there's Sinnoh with Ho and Lugia.
Mm-hmm.
Then has Groudon, Kyogre, Rayquaza. Deoxys, if you want to throw that in there. Gen 5 has the dragons, which they didn't really go into much detail with, like, but there was stuff that they could have afforded that, and they never went around to it.
Yeah.
X and Y has Xerneas and Yveltal.
Yeah.
But I feel like lore-wise, like the more interesting ones would probably be like Sinnoh or Black and White.
Yeah, I'd like to see Black and White, like Reshiram and all them.
Yeah,
that is the
I feel like
to skip.
Yeah, I feel like the Black and White dragons, like the way they kind of talked about them in the game. It was pretty cool, but like you never really figure out like the stuff before that because they mentioned like an original dragon that I guess like the black and white one split off of, and we never see what that looks like. Yeah.
I guess we're gonna have to wait and see, right? So with the new with the new game, but all I'm saying is my last thoughts on this is I just hope that after the positive reception that they at least make the attempt to do at least just catching the Pokemon would be good enough for me. It was fun for once.
Oh yeah, that makes
I just have to keep that
less of a hassle.
You know what I mean? I can just
Definitely makes that less of a hassle.
Catching shiny Pokemon is way more fun. I caught a couple shinies, and it's way better than running into the grass randomly for 3 hours. So there's that. But yeah, those are my closing thoughts. I just hope they, Pokemon Company, Game Freak, they took some notes because I'd like to see more of this in the future.
But wait, you guys forgot the most important part though,
which is
the soundtrack.
Let me tell you something about that soundtrack. First of all, that soundtrack was OD. Second of all, that Jubilife theme is godlike. Dude, that theme is so good to me. I'm not gonna lie, it's gotta be a top 5, maybe even top 3 to me. Dude, I've had that theme randomly playing like on loop just when I'm doing random stuff, right? Usually, sometimes I don't feel like listening to stuff with lyrics. I just have like lo-fi hip hop on. Yeah. But that theme is so good, bro. I got through about 2 hours of that 10-hour mix at work. Like I just had it playing. It's just so good. It's so peaceful, is what it is. But other than that, the soundtrack is pretty good to me, right? So Eternal Forest is good too. A lot of the themes in the wild was good. So, yeah. Yo, shout out to that soundtrack, man.
Last thoughts?
No thoughts on the soundtrack.
Is it as good as Gold and Silver?
I don't know about all that. The soundtrack was good, but
not gonna lie, a lot of the Pokemon soundtracks sound pretty similar.
No, yeah, that's not really. That's not that much of a stretch, to be honest.
So, like, after this long, like, I don't remember and do them like really sound like the differences. I don't know usually, unless like a song really just sticks out to me. So, yeah,
having the same stuff. Huh. Well, I mean, looks like the verdict's in. Arceus was good. I hope as long as they're showing some innovation, because it's been 30 years almost of Pokemon.
Yeah. They just finished 25th anniversary recently, or last year.
Yeah. But talking about Reshiram and Zekrom reminded me of playing the card game, because I first started playing the card game around, what was that, Black and White?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I know it changed a lot, right, Moss?
Wait. So you're telling me you weren't played before that?
Huh?
You never played before that?
I told you guys about my knockoff stickers, right?
I don't remember that.
I don't remember that.
Okay, so I did, it was the Pokemon craze. I was a kid right during that time, and I did get one booster deck or starter deck or whatever. I had the Medicham one. But I never really bought cards, because the one time I went and bought cards, I ended up buying these knockoff stickers that were in Japanese, and they would peel off, and I was devastated because I thought I had all foils and it was just all stickers.
Oh no.
Wait, do you still have any of them peeled off?
I might have one or two.
Yo, I think those are actually worth money.
I mean, child me was disappointed. Adult me is.
Oh yeah, adult me might be a nice little come up.
Well, you guys know what I'm doing after this. But yeah, I never actually played the game until college.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. As far as the TCG goes, I think the last time we talked, the 25th anniversary set just came out.
Yeah.
And then after that, Fusion Strike came out, and Mew VMAX broke the game. And now they're going to like a Gen 4 direction for like, I guess, the last blocks of Sword and Shield. And it's been pretty reinvigorating is the word I want. Like from what I'm hearing, like it's a lot more healthy as far as like meta goes. New items, like a lot of the new cards that came out in Brilliant Stars have really helped with like some diversity and making things a little bit more competitive, not just getting ransacked by Mew Max. But yeah, just like for people who don't know, like if you haven't seen like a Mew Max deck, basically there's a card right now. It's Genesect V, and it has an ability that lets you fill your hand to 6 for every Fusion Strike monster or Pokemon that you have in play. So you can have up to 6 Pokemon in play at one time, and if all 6 of them are Fusion Strike cards, then you can fill your hand up 6 times, or 6 cards for each ability that you have. So like if you have 4 Genesect in play, you can do that ability 4 times, which means you're filling up your deck with, or you're filling up your hand with hella cards. And if you have like draw power, then that makes a big difference. Like you can run through your deck really quick, get the cards you need, power up your mons, get stuff set up. It's pretty crazy.
That sounds terrible for like a place perspective.
Yeah,
every deck
like,
has to run that.
Or like have like a really hard counter to it.
Yeah.
So yeah, but like from what I've seen, like this new set allows for like order cards to be viable too, like even single price cards. But yeah, it's not something that I've really had a chance to play a lot of recently, just because my new schedule sucks ass. So yeah, so like I've kind of been out of the loop, but like I've been buying cards and seeing like stuff online, but I haven't really had a chance to play.
Such is life, yeah. That works.
Yeah, Carl, you should get into card games, man.
That's card games? Nah. I'm so busy as is. I learn a whole new thing from scratch. The only card game I'm all about is Slay the Spire, and I actually have been playing a lot of that. I was,
I saw you the other day.
So I was grinding it for a couple weeks, and then I stopped when Arceus came out, and then I played on occasion after it came out, but I'm kind of not playing right now. But I definitely, my friends and I were definitely playing that game. And what's crazy is I actually got that game I think last year or 2 years ago. I forget, a year and a half ago. I forget, and we just randomly got back into it because one of my friends, bought it, and I was like, I want to play it too, right? And yeah, that game's great. If you don't know about Slay the Spire, viewers, listeners, if you guys don't know about Slay the Spire, dude, I don't even play card games, and when I'm playing that game, it's super super fun. It doesn't matter if it's PvE. That game will kick your butt, like for real. Can you attest to this?
Yeah, I mean, I've been playing card games forever, and I'm getting wrecked in Slay the Spire.
Yeah, it's I think I have more than 110, 120 hours in that game, and I think I've only won like maybe 12 times, 13 maybe. That's it. Out of like 100 attempts. So
you gotta run a better deck, man.
Yeah, you would think that if the game wasn't randomly generating cards, maybe I could just build the same thing every single time. But unfortunately, the game doesn't work like that. It probably threw Naj for a loop when he was like, "Yo, I can't just do the same thing every single time. What is this?"
No, I like the drafting aspect, but
it's cool, right?
Yeah, I get greedy, and I always want to fight the elite monsters.
Yeah.
But the book of stabbing, every time I see him, I'm like, well, there's the run.
Oh, but that event is so sick though. Does it? So you take it and you just lose all that health. You get the godlike relic and you just get bodied after, or what?
No, I just get bodied. I don't even get the relic. He always beats me.
Wait, what do you?
The
Oh, you
book
talking about?
where it has like it's just a hand with a big old knife and it just keeps stabbing you every turn.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the event. Okay, never mind. You're talking about the book of stab. Oh,
Yeah.
the stabbing guy. Yeah, that guy's he gives you wounds when you don't block. When you don't block.
Yeah.
Oh, classic.
And I don't block, so
Oh, okay.
Oh
Here
my
you go.
gosh.
What's your favorite? Okay, Naj, you gotta tell me what's your favorite character to play in that game.
it's a tie. I like the robot when you get the cycle combos going,
Okay.
and then I like the green huntress girl.
Oh, silent. Okay.
Yeah, because I would run the ones where you have the zero cost spells and just
Yeah.
everything's for free.
Right.
I like actions per minute.
Right. Okay.
Combo.
I'm trying to think of what I think. So it's. I don't know if it's. I don't know. It's hard, man, because I have wins on all the characters, and it's like it. I feel like it doesn't help that I get bodied, but like the wins that you get are so sweet.
Yeah.
But I feel like I get bodied equally with all the characters. The Watcher is crazy. That character is ridiculous, and like I wouldn't say I don't know if it's my favorite character, but like apparently the win rate is higher than everyone else's with the Watcher, and you know what I'm talking about, right? Naj, with the calm, the wrath, right?
The stance one?
Yeah, the stance one.
I still don't get the stances, but they're cool.
Because if you know how to use them, it's broken. Like it's crazy. Because wrath, when you're in wrath form, you do double damage, and then if you know how to get out of it, you know what I mean. When it's time, that deck's pretty fun. But if I were to choose, it might be the Watcher, or not the Watcher. It might be the wow, I can't believe I forgot. But the cycle you're talking about with the orbs.
Oh yeah, the robot?
Yeah, the robot.
Tech
Yeah,
or something, or
I can't believe I'm forgetting. I have 100+ hours in that game. But yeah,
Oh.
that is a fun roguelite card game. No, here we go. I just sparked something, didn't I, Nash? Please elaborate.
don't go there.
Roguelite deck building, not a dungeon crawler, but roguelite deck building game.
Oh, it's a dungeon
right?
crawler too, and it's probably procedurally generated. And what else did we throw in there? RPG.
All right, Nash. So why don't you enlighten the listeners and let them know what you're getting at here?
So, I'm on Reddit a lot. I'm following stuff, and some of the subreddits I follow, they always talk about indie games coming out and all that. Every developer, like, it's almost laughable how predictable it is. They're like, "Hey, why don't you guys check out my roguelite deck building's the new one right now because I think Slay the Spire got popular. Like I'm looking out for turn-based strategies like the next Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, right? Like the past 3 months, I keep seeing, oh yeah, we have a turn-based strategy, deck building, roguelite, procedurally generated, and like the list just goes on and on about all the genres that they're hitting, and then the gameplay is just the same thing that you see every single time. It's like, okay, I'm sure you're trying to be innovative somewhere, but I'm not seeing it.
Oh, you need the buzzwords, man.
No, you need a solid game. Like Slay the Spire, they were a solid game. Like they get the pass. They're a roguelite deck builder. It's perfect. But then
dangerously addictive too.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a topic of discussion. When Naj was tweeting about this, and certainly piqued my interest. Salty Tears is always the best. They're always the best kind.
Okay, like it's the game dev Reddit, and every time either these guys are talking about what shader should I use or what genre should I include in my game, and it's never about how do I make my game fun.
Oh, it's just like how many. Okay, so how much more?
Who cares about fun?
Exactly. That's why nobody makes it.
Maybe it's the best game. We're not aiming for fun.
So maybe it's hard to be more original these days, right? So this is like this was in the. Wow, I guess I just never replied to that, or maybe I Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't reply the second time. So maybe this. So them asking for that, right? Maybe they're trying to get to they're trying to appeal to numerous audiences, and they just want like more people to get their game, and they don't care that much about fun. Maybe they kind of care about fun, but they're trying to reach a wider audience, something like that. But I was thinking that maybe it's just difficult these days to be truly original because of how long games have existed. And again, like in my reply, not saying that it's not possible, because that's just not true. It's just now that you could just code a game or develop a game, shoot, from home. These are like indie devs are just all over the place now, right? And they could do this, like, that's why this is a problem now, right? And now you have all these early access stuff, and you got like games with 10 genres, you know what I mean? But yeah, so I agree with Naj, certainly, right? It can get a little overwhelming, or too much is not good. You know what I mean? I get it.
Yeah, like I was kidding about the fun thing. Like, of course, if you're trying to make a game, you're setting out to most likely make a fun game or like to tell a good story. But yeah, I think one of the big issues is there's a lot of competition, and like Carl was saying, it's a lot easier to get into game production. I would say, like, I don't know how easy it is now or anything, but like a lot easier than it was before. But as gatekeepy, like, you have a lot of options as far as how to release a game, and if so many people are able to do that, like so many like developers are able to get something through on Steam or whatever, it's like, okay, how do we get people to take a look at our game? It's like, yeah, we're going to throw in all the keywords, like all the buzzwords that fit the game.
Yeah, I mean, that's great for like SEO and all that, but
yeah,
I don't know.
Like, if it's not like really what's in the game, then you probably shouldn't do that.
But like, if you're adding an element for no reason,
yeah, like make sure it fits within, like, it makes sense for the game itself.
Yeah, because they were having a deck
not
builder
just for the sake of doing it.
Yeah, they had a deck builder mode for a turn-based strategy, so it's like, I just want my units, and I want to level those units up. I don't want to have to play through a deck in the middle of a match trying to get them out. So I don't know.
Yes. Yeah, I can't even imagine what it's like to be a dev right now, because it's like, right. So if you are trying to quote innovate through all these genres, just put them in one pot and just hope for the best, right? And just maybe people will buy your game, maybe not. Either you make the attempt, right, to be innovative, quote, or you do something I guess people have seen before. Maybe it could even be tried and true, and people will shun you for doing something that's already done. Or they say something like, oh man, this is like Souls-like, God of War like.
That's the other Souls-like. Everything's a Souls-like now.
First of all, before you start going into your tirade, can we talk about how that's just the influence that FromSoft has brought to us, right? That's crazy to me how Dark Souls, that franchise alone, or that series alone, like, it's its own genre now, and like it, because Souls was so successful, now you have all these Souls-like games that exist. It's funny. I can already picture Naj's tirade now. Souls-like is basically just means there's some kind of difficulty in the game, like it's hard.
That's all it means. Oh, our game is difficult.
Souls-like.
Oh, I don't know. I've never played Dark Souls, but every gameplay I've watched is just roll away. If you don't time the roll right, you're dead. I mean, if that's what you want to call your genre, go for it. Like, I call it a rolls-like, not a souls-like.
Oh, here we go. If it makes you feel better, Naj, Sekiro is a Souls-like game, but that game was not dependent on rolling. Actually, that game actually had a interesting mechanic. It was a parry mechanic, and parry mechanic, and it had to do with the posture because of the fighting style, right? So you have to break your opponent's posture in order to get yourself an opening. So that was actually refreshing. It's Souls-like game, but I totally understand, right?
Though?
What's up?
If instead of a posture, it was a deck that you had to build.
Oh my god.
Okay, here we go.
A procedurally generated level. You can't forget that one.
The appeal for the procedurally generated level is that it just gives, because it's random, that it gives you a sense of it being new every time you play it. But I guess you really have to, if you're going to do that, the game, outside of it being random, better be fun in general first, right? Because you don't want randomly, generated levels and the game's not even fun in the first place.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, it's cool. It isn't, quote, new every time, but at the same time, gotta have the good with it too.
Oh yeah, I forgot the other ones. Metroidvania. That's another one I like to see. Because everything's a Metroidvania now too. Yeah. But it's fun to make fun of those, but at the end of the day, it's not easy making a game, and it's not easy being original or creative or any of that.
It really isn't. Like it's wild to me, right? I don't want to go as far as saying I'm worried for the future, because I'm not, right? There are always gems that are coming out, and we'll be here to talk about them. But it's just becoming less and less common. But it's okay. It'll just make it that much more sweeter.
No, there's going to be a new genre that breaks through, and everybody's going to be like them. Just like we do with the battle royals and the zombies and the roguelikes. It's just going to be happening.
Oh, those are some of the ones I forgot. Battle royales, zombies.
Yeah, dude, you just got to predict what's going to be the next one. That's where the real key is.
Battle royale, Souls-like card building element with turn base.
You got to figure out what the next big genre definer is.
Oh, stealth! We can't forget stealth. You need the stealth level.
That's interesting. I do wonder actually, like, what the next big genre is, right? So, BR, right? And then what's gonna be the next BR? We'll see.
I got the secret intel. So
which is
Street Fighter 6 is going to be a battle royale, roguelike, Souls-like, zombie, turn-based deck builder fighting game.
Don't forget free to play.
Free to pay.
Oh my!
With a battle pass. Got him. Let's go.
Oh man.
So Street Fighter 6. We saw some feet. We saw the new Luke. We didn't see any gameplay. It's all right though. It's early. I guess I'll give that a pass. Right? Gameplay would have been
40-second teaser trailer.
But it was, what was it? 30 seconds.
30-second teaser trailer.
A little longer. I don't know.
Which I think was more hyped than the Street Fighter 5 like gameplay trailer, or like the first like announcement of it.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like it still wasn't really high. I think just because like it was inevitable, like you knew it was coming, so it's like whatever.
Yeah.
And because Street Fighter 5 launched so poorly, and it just Capcom fighting games like the last couple ones that have been released haven't been well received. Just like, okay, Street Fighter 6 is coming, cool.
You know what? You guys can talk about this. Obviously, I'm more than happy to listen, but I don't want to spend. Obviously, we didn't see very much of the trailer, and I don't want to spend too much time on this. Only because I all I want is a decent. First of all, I want arcade mode. I want like some kind of semblance of a single player mode.
An actual game when it launches. If it's just a game when it launches, that's a whole step up to me from Street Fighter 5.
Yeah, I want online to be okay too, decent. There's just rollback exists now, so please, that's it. Like that's my minimum.
Street Fighter 5 launched and it wasn't a game to me. Like it wasn't like a full video game,
Yeah.
People can say what they want about Street Fighter V, good, bad. Again, you already know at this point, I'm cool with Street Fighter V. I ended up liking it, but it took a really long time. And if there's anything people can agree on, is that at launch it sucked, right? And I hope Street Fighter 6 is not like that.
Yeah. So, like, I just figured out like what Street Fighter V was to me. It was like a free-to-play platform that you had to pay $6.
Right.
Like that defeats the whole purpose. Like I love, like I like what their initial like, you know, we're not going to keep releasing like 15 different versions of the game. We're going to give you this platform for the game, and we're going to keep adding. Like I like that. I did not like the execution of it.
Yeah.
Like the idea behind it was good. The execution was shite.
Right. Anyway, that's all I want from Street Fighter 6. It's too early to say anything, but just want the game to work.
Just hope it's a good game. Like,
Me too.
Like from what I haven't really been playing like single player games like that. But from what I've heard, everything that Capcom's been doing on the single player side for the last couple of years has been, you know, fantastic. It's been like S tier, SA tier, you know, really good. And like their fighting games need to get back to that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I hope so. Well, I just want Necro. I already got Q. Now it's time for
I like that. Short, sweet, and to the point. He wants Necro. Necro is pretty cool.
Yeah. I've been watching a lot.
Just play Dawson, man.
I like Dawson, but he's too floaty.
Play Dawson and play Blanco.
I can't do charged characters.
If you fuse them together, you get Necro.
Yeah.
Wait, how do you play Q?
Hmm?
How do you play Q if you can't play charge characters?
That's the only one because it's really simple. It's just a punch. I mean, who said I was good at Q anyway?
So Naj, you obviously it's you, right? You were there. How was Fully Charged yesterday? What do you think?
Well, it was good and bad.
Mm-hmm.
It was good. We saw a lot of new faces.
Okay.
For that. And it was bad just because, you know, it's a Monday. That's about it. It's just tough to get out. So, I mean,
wait, so is this the re-return?
Yeah, it's the return.
Okay, so it's a re-return. Got you.
Yeah, I was inspired by Capcom's announcement of an announcement.
Okay.
So it's the return of the return. I think going further, we're just going to start calling it the Returnaments.
Okay.
Nice.
That's pretty. Yeah.
Good
smooth.
branding there.
Yeah. Smooth.
Yep.
Hey, the poster looks good.
Yeah. I mean, I can't change it now. We already printed the posters.
I'm just saying, like the poster looks good. It's eye popping, right? So today, I remember I told you I left my hydro flask, which I ended up getting back. Thank goodness. So I go there, and I was looking for like a time, times that they're open, time of operation, and I actually just like the poster, which is. I'm gonna be honest, it's not that big. It popped out at me. Like I really saw it because I was looking for like a time operations, and I saw it, and I was like, "Oh, hey, that's us. That's crazy, right?" I was like, hey, "That's a good looking poster. I would go to this."
It's Kaiser. It's all Kaiser.
Nice. I haven't seen the new poster yet, but I know there's a story behind it. At least getting it printed.
Wait, hold on. There's a story behind
about that.
Yeah.
Wait, you did? Wait, did I miss that?
Oh man, so I have a discount at I think Office Max or one of those. So, okay. But I have to go to Livermore to do it because that's the nearest one to me. So the first time I went there, I had great service. The lady was helpful, all that. The second time I go there, I mean I feel it. If you're overwhelmed on a bad day or whatever, I get it. And I guess the customer in front of me was giving this girl a hard time. But she started trying to give me a hard time about stuff. And I was being nice. Like the whole time I thought I was being nice and respectful. But she's gonna hit me with, well, when did you want this? And I was like, same day. She said, well, we're kind of busy, and keep in mind, nobody's in the store. It's just her. It's empty. She's telling me we're busy, and normally you have to get here before 12 to get same day printing. So I mean, I didn't get mad or anything. I said, oh, okay, all right, that's all right. I'll wait if I need to.
Okay.
And then, she hooked me up. 5 minutes later, she got it printed and done. And it's just like, why are you trying to give me a hard time? There's nobody in the store. I don't get it.
You had me at 5 minutes later. We're kind of busy here. 5 minutes later, you're in there. I'm just like, you know what? You know what could have changed there? I think, Naj, did she give you kind of a tone there? Kind of like a critique? Yeah, let me say this with firsthand experience, right? That exchange is two completely different things. Had she said that a lot more calm. Now, I bet if she was by herself, she's probably stressed out, right? Which I totally understand. But it's just, but still, it is hard to remain super professional there. I mean, I'm not saying you shouldn't, but I'm just, what I mean. But yeah,
I never get mad at customer service people. That's one of the hardest jobs.
Oh yeah, same.
You gotta
same.
Oh, dude, that's one of the worst jobs.
Yeah,
absolutely right. So, but it's just funny to me because had she, taken like 5 seconds to really think, you know what I mean? Like, let me just maybe for the customer after you, she would have done that. But for you, had she had the tone been a lot more polite, Naj wouldn't even be telling the story right now. Like, it would actually just been a Tuesday. It wouldn't care, right? So I just think it's funny how like a slight shift in tone we would avoid this conversation completely. But hey, you got the posters, and it was 5 minutes later.
I hit her back with my own customer service voice. You gotta be nice. I mean, that's what I do. I do cold calls a lot, and everybody tells me no, and they're always like, "Oh yeah, oh." My favorite one was the lady was trying to really get smart with me, telling me about how she already has a realtor, and first of all, if I even wanted to look for a home, I'd go through this person and that person. I said, "I'm sorry, ma'am. Have a nice day."
Oh man, she doesn't know about Twitter, Nash.
Yeah. she was giving me the life story about how she goes with this person and she knows this and that, and I'm unprofessional. I was like, what did I do?
I don't know.
You signed up on my website.
Wait, she signed what?
Yeah. Oh no.
Yeah, that's the one that
no.
Me. They go through, they have to click through, sign up, enter their data for me to get their phone number. And then when I finally call them, they're like, who are you? Why would you do this to me? I was like, you signed
what? You should have omitted that part, Naj. That is just see. Yeah,
they forgot, man.
What? You signed up for it? What?
Yeah. So, I always tell them, hey, I can always take you off the list. Sorry for any inconvenience. On to the next no.
Oh well. Well, yes. Anyway, yes. As a customer service, it's it is tough. So I'm in the same spot, right? It's pretty hard for me to be rude for me, or it'd take a lot for me rather to be rude to customer service. So shout out to them.
Because I could tell the girl was kind of stressed out behind the counter.
Yeah,
she was like, she looked frazzled.
Right.
Yeah,
man.
But hey, you got the posters, the return of the return. I had a good time. My little brother, he had a good time too. He had a great time.
That's good.
Yeah, he said.
So,
oh, what's up, Moss?
Oh no, keep talking. I was going to ask you about how did you play yesterday and all that.
Oh no, I was just gonna say that I asked. He's 14, by the way, and I asked him how he felt about the tournament, and he had fun. That was his first time, and he said that he was happy with his performance. He went 1 and 2, but he said that he actually exceeded his expectations and won a game. Who did he win against, Nash?
Yeah, he opened me up. Yeah, that's all right.
Moss, he played Nash.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Wait, Nash was playing?
Yeah,
he was playing. He answered.
What?
Yeah. We had a small bracket, so I was filling it in.
Yeah.
Nice.
I told I told my brother that you were no slouch, and if you didn't know the plant matchup, you would have got bodied. But
I gave him the first one. It was 2-1, so I did get him with the piranha plant, but Mewtwo was not ready for that wolf.
So you got washed, huh?
Well, if I got washed, MK Leo got washed, and I'm just gonna. I'm like MK Leo.
That's facts. Okay.
Me and him are pretty much the same at this point. We just had a bad weekend.
We did have some. Aside from my brother, obviously, we did have some new faces. Which was cool. It was just good to be back. And just if we keep the momentum going. I know it's hard to keep. This kind of trying times, weird times right now. But if we keep the momentum going, hopefully we can build something on this Monday, and we'll see where it goes. But it was just good to come out. You know what I mean? For me, I just miss going to something, and I just want some good games. And I actually did get some good games yesterday, despite the bracket being small. So
that's the cool part about the small bracket. It's a lot more friendly for first-time players.
Oh yeah.
It's not as intimidating. You don't have everybody running around. We had 2 people on the Joy-Cons, so that made it really easy to just hop on and off with them if they needed help.
Right.
I always like seeing that somebody's first tournament. But Blu-ray, he threw me for a loop. I thought it was his first tournament. It was his first tournament here.
Yo, how does always happen to me, bro? I honestly, I have no idea what to expect, right? And I play him, and I'm like, yo, why is this Yoshi real? Like, what's happening? Like, this guy's got what is this? So, if you think about it, I got second place because the guy I beat, the guy that I lost to, got to grand finals. So this is the copium talking, by the way. But
no, you're right. End of the day, you got second place. I'm MK Leo. It's perfect.
Wait, you got second place?
No, I didn't get second place. I just lost it. I went 2 and 2, I think. Yeah, I went 2 and 2, I think. Yeah. So, but yeah, shout out to Blu-ray. He was tight, right? So he definitely give Fear a run for his money to me, in my opinion.
But Fear brought it back to watching their match in the resets was crazy.
Fear popping off was hilarious. I think I've seen it before from other players, and it's always fun for me to watch. But I think it was my brother's first tournament, and him seeing someone else do it that wasn't him, I'm sure was entertaining. I asked him about it. He was like, "Yo, that was crazy." I was like, "Same."
Yeah, but we couldn't stream that one, but we'll have the stream back by the 28th.
Mm-hmm.
Shameless.
Right. Oh, nice.
March 28th. Come on out.
Yeah. So it'll be hopefully next time. Hoping for a better time, even better time next time. It'll be good.
Yeah. Oh no, it's like you said, man. I think we're finally coming to the end of COVID. The numbers are down everywhere.
I think so too.
Yeah,
I think so too.
I mean, we don't have to worry about the mask mandate as much. It's still suggested, but it's not required.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right. And this I feel more comfortable with at this point. I'm down with it. I'm still gonna have my mask, but in most places these days it is optional. And you know what? At this point of the pandemic.
The endemic. It's basically an endemic now.
The endemic, right? I think I'm cool with this, right? So it's just good, right? This is actually, I feel like, a good spot for us.
Yeah, I mean, tournaments are coming back.
Yeah.
Evo's happening.
Yep. Genesis.
Nice Evo in August.
Is it?
I think so.
Yeah. I'm still not going to any majors. That's too many people.
Because Smash won't be at Evo.
I get a little uneasy too. I totally feel you on that.
Yeah, but yo, Moss, who else is on the Evo lineup?
Well, we know Smash won't be there, but so they just announced the lineup for Evo 2022. And Street Fighter 5, Tekken 7, Dragon Ball Fighters, and Mortal Kombat 11 are all returning. And I think the rest of them are going to be new games, which is pretty cool because I think these all came out, between 2020 and like this year. So it's Guilty Gear Strive, KO 15, Grand Blue Fantasy Versus, the new Melty Blood, and Skullgirls.
Ooh. Skullgirls.
Skullgirls.
Yeah.
It's the oldest new game ever.
Facts. Is it time for me to pick up that? Yo, I actually have that game downloaded right now. That game is fun. I have no one to play with, but I mean, I know it's fun. Maybe there'll be a surge in the player base since it's announced at Evo here, but yeah, I'm glad to see it. That game is cool, man. I mean, since there's no new Marvel 2, or there's no remaster Marvel 2, the game, in spirit is Marvel 2, which I think is cool, right? So it'll be good.
Like Marvel 2.
Like I said, in spirit. I mean, Skullgirl is godlike. I'm gonna be honest. So it's obvious. It's clearly not Marvel 2, but in spirit, yeah. From what I've seen from the gameplay, so it'll be a good time watching it Evo. I'm glad it's in.
Yeah. Well, it's good too because they have 2 new DLCs out, and hopefully the third one will be ready by Evo.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, when the hell did Skullgirls come out? Second,
2012.
Oh, never mind. They had that at Evo before, right?
They did. Actually, no. I'm not sure if it was ever a main stage game, but there have been a lot of side events.
Like tournaments, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh, wow, so this might be like its first time on the main stage, huh?
Yeah, I think so.
Interesting.
I mean, I'm excited for that. I've been a fan since I first saw Peacock, and she was in the cartoon style. I was like, wow, this is the greatest game ever. Then I don't play it, but that's just how I do.
Playing it's a whole other story.
Yeah.
Actually, playing games is crazy.
I'm just a spectator.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, so of the announced lineup, which game are you guys most looking forward to watching?
Carl?
Dragon Ball will be fun. I just like Dragon Ball. That game is cool to me. Gonna see a lot of fusions. Definitely see a lot of fusion. Maybe because I don't play it, that I don't have an issue with the meta right now. But actually, I'm looking forward to DPFC. Let's see what else. Guilty Gear. I love Guilty Gear. It's even now. I have not been playing, but that game is still like super fun for me to watch. Skullgirls. Yeah, like I said, the Skullgirls is cool. I'm trying to think. King of Fighters. I think King of Fighters is gonna be cool. What do you guys think? I actually like King of Fighters. I don't think I'm like, oh, I gotta play that now, but I like what I see. So I'm interested in seeing high level King of Fighters at Evo.
Same. I think that might be the one I'm most hyped for.
Mm-hmm.
Just because it's a new game and like it looks really good. It looks like I'd be really excited to see what like a high level SNK game looks like being played like at a high level because you don't often see it. So I think it'll be like a good opportunity for them to actually like really step up and show what the SNK games can do. So that I'm really looking forward to. And then Melty Blood, that's another game I think I want to see a lot just because I remember like being in college and they had the Melty Blood cabinets up.
Yeah.
And I remember watching it and I'd be like, what the hell is going on? This game looks so sick, but I would never attempt to play it. So yeah, all the stuff in Melty Blood looks super cool. So yeah, I want to see those too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I agree. KOF, it's like, I don't know. Somebody described it. I can't remember who, but they were saying it's like fighting games without the frills. It's all fundamentals. It's all, that same old classic kind of gameplay where if you know your combos and your anti-airs and all that, the better player is gonna win.
I feel like it being 3v3 and the way the life works in this game, I mean, it's nothing that we haven't seen before, obviously, but it's just because it's like that. That along with the mechanics is why I find it hard to believe somebody really good will just lose, right? Because if you're really good at this game, right, you still got like 2 more characters on deck. You still got another character on deck, right? So, and yeah, it being 3v3 is just cool to me, right? It's just now it's on the main stage.
That's different in and of itself,
Yeah. So that's cool.
Like it's 3v3, but it's also a 1v1 3v3. Like there's no tagging out.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not a crossover like Street or like a Dragon Ball Fighters or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That character stay and fight until it's dead. So like, I think that's even like a cool, mechanic in there. Like seeing how that plays out, it's gonna be interesting too.
Yeah. I just want to see the international community coming together for it because I know KOF is huge in Mexico and Latin America, and it's huge in Japan and I think Korea too. So,
Can I just say that I love that KOF is huge in Mexico. It's not just a meme either. It really isn't. I remember I had the conversation with a coworker, like I think last year, and he's Mexican, and I remember he said when he was a kid, he would be at the arcade mashing buttons for this cool game called KOF. And I was like, man, that's real. Like, it really is huge there for whatever reason. Do you guys know why? I actually have no idea why. I'm glad that it is. I just would like to know as to what the appeal is. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just the game they happen to always have at the cabinets they always seem to have, or like it's so fascinating to me that it's huge over there.
I think it was. They just had a lot of cabinets in Mexico.
Interesting. Yeah, and I didn't know about that, but that's pretty cool.
I think it's great. I think it's amazing. It's almost like finding out that Pakistan has a godlike Tekken scene. That's cool to me too. I love that. I love that. So yeah, KOF. I'm looking forward to it. Right, it's been a while since we've seen like a 3v3 1v1 kind of game. So that's gonna be fun to watch.
Yeah, I haven't seen much KOF 15 as of yet. But like, what's the demonstration look like in that game? Because like CVS2, those matches are pretty quick. Like, so even though it's 3v3, like it doesn't feel like it takes forever.
So I've been watching a lot. It's basically how much bar you got to work with. The first round, both characters, I think they can only have a max of 1 bar, and they can't use their max mode. So it's very back and forth. Nobody's getting touch of death combos, but as the match progresses, you start seeing people chunk somebody for like 50, then 70, then 80. And I haven't seen anybody pull off a touch of death, but it's really possible.
Okay, cool. So like the matches don't feel like they'll be like super long.
No.
Okay.
And you can have blowouts where you have the OCV. And like the only time it's going to be long is when you have somebody wipe somebody's team and then they get the reverse OCV.
Yeah, that's even more. That's just hype.
Yeah. Those are
so okay. Cool, because like that's one of the things about Dragon Ball Fighters is it feels like sometimes matches are really long.
Oh yeah, no, that game is just long in nature. That game takes forever.
Yeah, and it's like okay, level 3 it takes freaking 30 seconds in the middle of the match that you see like 20 times. It's like okay, it's getting a little.
I haven't watched a lot of the game. So I have no idea. If I were to get this, I have no idea who I would play. But the game, so Smug is playing Vanessa right now, and that character looks like Dudley. I'm not gonna lie, that's tight. I'm just like, why does this look so familiar? The
I want to get
exciting.
I want to get KOF 15, but there's a lot of games that came out like within the last couple of months, and I'm like, oh, I should. I kind of want to get that. But one game that I'm kind of surprised isn't like on the lineup, or hasn't really been talked about much since then, is Nick All Stars.
Oh man, Even foodie yesterday was just like, yo, yeah, man, I got all stars. Nobody plays in it. I don't know, man. Who knows? Just lost momentum. I haven't seen any mainstream tournament. I haven't really seen tournaments for that game. Maybe if I saw high level play for that game, I would be somewhat more interested. But I haven't seen anything. Like, I don't know if that has to do with COVID or not. They what?
They just released some new characters. Where's all the hype at?
They did? Wow.
Wait, who the new character?
They released Garfield and Shredder.
Shredder in the game now?
Yeah.
Damn, that's how you know nobody keep up with that game. I didn't know that.
Actually, I don't know if he's in yet, but he's got announced a month ago. So.
Okay.
Wow. That's sad.
Looks like he's playable now.
It's just
yeah.
So someone like me who is just doing other stuff all the time, like it's just a given that I'm just gonna stop playing something. But if I had seen like some stuff on my YouTube feed with some major tournaments or just like a tournament, really, I'd probably check it out. But it seems to me like all the Smash players stopped playing it, so maybe it's got its own community now. But
does it?
I don't know. Maybe it doesn't. I'm just trying to be optimistic here. Right, so the game was cool. I had fun when I was playing it, right? I played with my friends, you know what I mean? And it was a good time. I did some cool stuff. Certainly some cool things you can do in that game, and it's pretty satisfying. But I don't know, I guess it just never got the traction. It never got the traction.
Yeah. Well, fun fact, the last time I did a podcast, Nick All-Star Brawl had just come out.
Oh man! Now imagine listening to that and then listening to this back to back. I'm probably gonna get exposed. Yeah, I'm all for it. Expose me. I'm all for it. Please expose me.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I seen like a Twitter thread about like how much the game's kind of like not really alive. Like it's kind of like a lot of it's really died down. And, they're talking about how just like it's kind of more or less like a shovelware game for Nickelodeon. They kind of just wanted to get something out quick or whatever. Mm-hmm. And they actually ended up having like a really, I guess, talented development team work on the game. But like they gave them no budget for it. Oh. And they in Nickelodeon, like they were talking about how there's like no production value really in the game. There's no voices. There's no, there's no music that's really to the game. Like it just feels very bare bones. And Nick just released a game on Apple Arcade. Mm-hmm. It's like a Mario Tennis style Nickelodeon tennis game, and it's fully voiced and all that.
Wow.
So it's like, yeah, they didn't really care about, like Nickelodeon didn't really care about this game.
Moment of silence for Nick All-Stars Brawl.
Again, I'm pretty sure we touched on this in the past, but just goes to show how important it is for the game to be polished, like Smash, how Smash is, right? See, at least the problem for
to release a game that's complete.
I don't know.
Right. So,
I think where they messed up, they didn't add enough roguelite experience. They didn't add enough deck building.
There was no deck building.
There was no Souls-like. Where's the Battle Royale? Where's the zombies?
And there's no Battle Pass.
Oh yeah, the Battle Pass is key. You're just giving away characters. Come on.
It needs a Battle Pass. And they also need to give me incentive to play, so it has to take a minimum of 10 hours for me to move up one tier in the Battle Pass. And it needs to be 100 tiers.
Yeah, Pokemon Unite.
Yo, I'm not gonna finish no Battle Pass, bro. We've been playing Valorant lately, and they're like, when I got friends that are like, you can get the Battle Pass. I'm like, no. I mean, honestly, I've been playing this game, yeah, but playing it for as long as they expect, as much as they want me to, no. Like, yeah. I'm not gonna give them my $10, yo.
Dude, freaking Pokemon Unite was the same way.
Oh yeah, you guys still play it all?
Okay, hold on. Are we gonna end the segment on this? Because I have some stuff for Naj to ask about this game.
Well, let's save it for next time because we're getting really close to time here.
Oh, okay. We'll save it for next time.
Yeah.
Maybe even post podcast.
Post podcast, why not?
Oh man, maybe one day we'll leak that. We'll leak that audio.
The day they get the leaked, unfiltered Whispering Tears audio, I'm getting canceled that day.
Oh god.
No, that day, the podcast will be retired at that point, and we will officially have moved on.
You guys are gonna have to release a joint statement. Our views do not, or what Tears has said does not reflect our views.
They might know. That must be the scary part. So we're all just canceled together.
I'm gonna have to write my own obituary. Yeah, he's no longer part of the MWG podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, but yeah, it's good catching up with you guys. I learned a lot about Arceus because I never played it, and I still don't plan on playing it. But it's a great game, so don't let my pessimism.
But there's no abilities.
Yeah, there's no abilities and no items, but don't let that hold you back. What else did we talk about? The Evo lineup. I feel like forgetting a huge
The best video games, man.
Yeah.
Roguelike, soul-like.
Talk about genres, them being 10 of them in one game.
Yeah. So, leave us in the comments what genres you want our podcast to dip into, because podcasts have the same problem. Everybody's doing a mystery thriller, semi-educational podcast. But, if you want us to dip into mysteries, I don't know.
I'm just saying if our podcast becomes a roguelike Souls-like, I'm telling you the content the content on my end is going to expand exponentially. Just saying. If we become a Souls-like roguelite podcast, because that's a thing.
Oh, let's catch us in the next episode for our Souls-like roguelike MWG podcast.
Blaze voice.
Later.
This has been Whispering Tears, Westsidious, and Mossta. We'll catch you guys next week.